G'day everyone, this is a random co-op run of the Everdark Sovereign Darkdrift Knight. I'm playing Ironeye, we've got a Wilder DGS and we've got Akko, a Revenant. Let's have a quick squiz at everyone's relics. So I've got, just for people, I've got the poison one, you can buy from the collector's signboard. Additional character skill +1 is probably the most important, and Everjail buff. Let's just quickly have a look. I'm checking for Everjail buff, no Everjail buff. And the Revenant has Everjail buff. Good. It's always good practice at the start of every run let's have a look. No. Good practice at the start of every run, I think at least, to check what your teammates are using. It's just good to inform you and help kind of understand their pathing decisions. Are they going for Everjails? Do they need Sorcerer's Rises? Things like that, right? In this case, we know that the Wilder's kind of just playing the Wilder. Fairly generic stuff there. Not a bad build with the fire attack, flaming strike. Not terrible, bit of double up there, but that's fine. This build's quite supporty. I like this Everjail supporty stuff, and this is 25% damage to us when she ulties, so love that as well. Now, I've decided that the most optimal way to play the Ironeye is a hybrid melee range build. Basically, you play the character as you would the Executor, or the Executor, however you want to say it. Oh no. Just to play them as a Dex character. Play them as a Dex character, pick up katanas, pick up twin blades, pick up cool Dex weapons of any sort, any description, and use them. And when the fight is too dangerous, or the fight kind of, because of the different mechanics and things, you need to move out of melee range, then you just start shooting. For example, I'm going to use this poison blade for a little bit, actually, which is nice because I do have the poison up on that particular relic. This one here, I think. Yeah, attack power up when facing poison. So just play them as you would have any Dex character in base Elden Ring, using katanas, twin blades, whips, claws, anything that scales, all your thrusting swords, curved swords, everything that scales well with Dex. And when the fight basically demands that you can't be in melee range, or it's a bit dangerous, or for whatever reason, you move out and you shoot. Right, so you're still kind of maintaining the biggest strength of the Ironeye, which is the kind of, I mean, the biggest strength is the mark, to be under no illusion. But you still get the kind of, the biggest strength of the Ironeye is, with the bow, is just having kind of unlimited uptime in terms of your DPS. You're never like not doing damage, basically, with the bow shots. Because you can shoot, dodge, shoot, move, everything so fluidly, like more fluidly than you can on sorceries and incantations even. And so, yeah, your uptime is just really, really high. The bow DPS, though, is typically going to be, and I've heard a lot of people say that in co-op, not a lot of people, I've heard some people say in the comments of my other videos that Ironeye in co-op is just a support character, which is the wildest take to me, because I think that's just straight up untrue. Like, yes, you're doing a lot of support and a lot of team contribution by just marking things. If you did nothing else but mark, you'd still be really contributing. But you are still just can play your character like the Executor, doing status build up, Dex, big Dex damage, and also just shoot things, right? Because yes, the reality is that the bow DPS and the bow skills in particular are a little weak. They do leave a little bit to be desired, I think. Whereas there's a lot of really good weapon skills, right? Rivers of Blood, Eleanor's Pole Blade. Like, there's just so many good, even just like Piercing Fangs, like some of the basic ones, right? There's just so many good ones. We're gonna poison this guy. See, look at the mark damage, man. Crazy. So in a fight like this, where it's hard to maintain melee damage, you just shoot instead, And the mark, honestly, is doing a lot of your work for you. What have we got here? Just can take physical attack power. That's nice. Yes, let's get a church. Don't mind that call. But yeah, honestly, just play them as put a weapon in the main hand that has a good weapon skill. Preferably with status build up, you have decent arcane, good dex. At level 15, Ironeye's Dex is only 5 or 6 stat points behind Executors or Executors. So, yeah, it's dex weapons do a lot of damage, and then you can just shoot things as well when you need to. Yeah, and for all of those reasons I just said, but for mainly the mark, bringing the mark, like I think that if you're going to play the Executor, you could just play the Ironeye and do everything that he does, but better. Except for maybe status build up. But with the way that status build up, diminishing returns works, you're not actually losing out that much. Like on any given fight, the Executor might get one more status proc, but honestly, yeah, you can still just get plenty of status procs with the Ironeye just as easily. Bang, bang, bang. Super easy. Here we go, we've got a blue bow. Honestly, 12% negations. Like I'm going to come across another blue bow. And I'm going to take 12% negations. So yeah, I just kind of think that the Ironeye just does everything better than the Executor. The Executor's ulti is, and I have started saying Executor by the way, I think I've conceded that it is technically the most correct way to do it, and I've done some Googling. And the actual translation in the Japanese is actually, it's not a mistranslation to Executioner. It's actually intended as, the most accurate translation is it's Enforcer, but in the sense of like administrative or legal executing of actions of some sort, right? Yeah. So Executor probably is actually the most correct way to say it. Anyway, I think that the Ironeye can just do everything the Executor does, but better, because they bring a mark. Executor's ulti is decent, obviously, it's quite good. But honestly, the Ironeye's ulti, I think, can just do everything it does, but better, unless you're running it as some kind of healing ulti thing, and that is good. The raw spam on the Executor's ulti is good, do not get me wrong. That can do a lot of work and heal the team and just, like, stun everything. But the Ironeye's ulti will just kill everything. Like in the same area, or kind of even in a bigger area, it'll just kill everything, and a full heavy stagger on everything else that it doesn't kill, and poison everything. Like it's just, yeah, it's good. What have we got here? Stone Sword Key, thank you. Casting speed, no thank you. Charging text, no thank you. Right. They go in castle, which I don't mind. I just wanted to check that buried treasure, and we did get a Stone Sword Key out of it, so that's good. Pot throwers is disgusting. I hate trolls. It's not even worth our time. Like, we can obviously kill them. It's easy enough, but yeah. Anyways, that's my rant. Obviously, Executor is still a great character and lots of fun. I just think the Ironeye is better because marking dash is just so useful. Just contributes so much to the team and also helps you survive with a huge dodge. Like, it's just busted. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What have we got here? Have we got a Wilder? Wilder might want to run a Royal Greatsword. I'll take that and drop it at some point for him and see if he takes it. If not, I'll use it just for the passive, which was crits. But honestly, the Wilder, it's probably better. Like, the Wilder's often the one in range doing his ultimate that crits them, that stance breaks them very reliably, and so he's actually probably the best with the crit damage anyway. This is nice. Pearl Drake Talisman, always good to grab in any run ever. Same as Dragon Crest for physical negation, and all non-physical negations are both, you can just take them both on any run and they do a lot of work. A lot of work for you. Now I'm going to do something unique here. I'm going to shoot this bloke in the... Oh, no I'm not. I'm so scared of these pots. If you hit them in the eye, they get stunned for a second and they like protect their face. So you can manually aim. That's actually a very viable strat. Poise, I guess. I don't know what the axe. Effect this very quickly. What do we got? Ooh, what's that? Thrusting sword. Godskin Stitcher is a nice weapon. Again, it's a good dex weapon. I would have, if it had like impaling thrust or piercing fang on it, would have been really nice. And actually, I'm stacking up the crit damage right now, so maybe I'll try and aim for the crits. Gonna kill these guys just because they chase us otherwise and annoy us, and we don't like that. Honestly, I'm gonna get rid of all these guys because they just, with the pot throwing and these guys hitting you, it's just all a little much. And this is the kind of situation where I'm just gonna stand back and shoot because anything else is a bit gross. Let's see if I can get him in the face. See that? See how he protects his face and gets stunned for a moment? You can do that hitting him in the face. Alright. Man, I'm not getting the best dormant powers here, but that's okay. Hornbow. Did I range weapon attacks? I didn't. I knew I'd come across another one, and that one has a good passive, so there you go. Win, win, win. Alright, what have we got now? Are they going to go up top? Surely not. Looks like he's going up top. Alright, I'll use the shortcut over this way. This is the best way, by the way, to get up to the knight. Get up to the knight? Get up to the boss. What have we got here? Quick look. No. Okay. Is he going up? No. Moving on. Okay. Fair call. Probably would have been a bit spicy to go up there now. It's often quite a hard boss up there. I think because of the relic that gives you attack on poison, this is going to be better than the Godskin Stitcher for me for now. So I'll keep using this. We're just running in. So something I've been wanting to say, and I keep forgetting in most of my videos, is I basically want to say thank you. I've had so much to all you guys, all the viewers. I've had so many nice comments and support and feedback and stuff in all the comments of my Nightreign videos, and it's been honestly a little overwhelming. It's been really, really cool. So thank you to everyone who's been enjoying the videos, watching the videos, commenting. It's created a lot of fun for me to read through all the comments and seeing everyone's enjoying it, and feedback, a lot of feedback and tips that I didn't know, and it's just been I've had so much fun over the last month playing this game and making videos. So thank you for all the support. The other thing I wanted to mention was kind of in the same vein is I feel like now I'm just kind of doing the same thing and the uploads are getting a little repetitive. If there's other things you want to see, other like challenge runs or anything like that, absolutely let me know. Equally, if you just like seeing runs and commentary, happy to keep doing that, absolutely. Or if there's other games and things. At some point, I won't play Nightreign forever. My channel previously was just mainly boss guides for Souls-like games. So if there's other Souls-like games you want to see, like any of the older ones that I can replay through, or I think there's like Wuchang or Wachang, the new game coming out this month, and when Wukong does DLCs, things like that, I'll probably dive into those. But also just other genres. I love RPGs, I love kind of open world survival crafts, so yeah, open to any ideas. But yeah, just thank you again, I really appreciate all the support. But don't get me wrong, still loving Nightreign. We've got the new rotation of Everdark Sovereigns at the end of this month too, so I'm looking forward to that. Let's see what these guys are using. He's still using Flaming Strike. He probably wants to commit to that build, but he's got a Sword of Milos, which is quite nice. What's... Honed Bolt is decent. Wraiths while walking is nice. I hope she's got that in her offhand. Because if she's using the bell and Wraiths while walking, that does a lot of work. Yeah, she does. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Let's mark these up. The one of the times, rare occasions where I'm like, ooh, this would be easier on controller, which I don't think very often. I'm pretty happy on mouse and keyboard, but is the marking dash. I don't have perfect omnidirectional movement for the marking dash. Like I can control it, but it's not as good as. Let's see if we can ulti this guy. I don't. Ulti doesn't apply poison, which means he's either got a very high poison resistance or he's just immune to it entirely. Let's use the poison dash. I'm determined to get poison on this guy. There's the proc. But again, honestly, just doing poison. Does this thing do bleed? It doesn't. It's just poison. I would be actually better with a bleed weapon at some point if I can get one. But the poison is doing good work. Not on that boss, obviously, but in general, because it gives me the attack power up. Improved dodging is always nice. Improved dodging. Nice, nice, nice. Do I have any more keys? I have 2 keys. I better let them know. I better let them know as well. Yes. What do we want to do? Getting to that, I wouldn't mind hitting that township at some point just to check out what it's got. It's always good to buy the Dragon Crest Great Shield and stuff towards the end of the game if you've got nothing better in your talismans, or even just buy a purple smithing stone with a bit of, if you haven't managed to go to a mine or a cave, whatever you want to call it, by that point. Level 11 first day, we've been cruising. I mean, I guess we cleared all the Banished Knights, so I guess we just do a field boss farm and some Everjails at this point, which is good. We didn't do the top of the castle, but honestly, going all the way back to the castle at this point just to do the top, probably not that good use of time. We're probably better off. See that? Just poison straight away, and now I'm doing attack up, and I can critical in. Nice. And I've got massive increased criticals too. Hornbow's magic, I forgot about that. Ooh, negations. Negations are nearly always going to be better than 10,000 runes. In fact, many of the dormant powers are nearly going to be better than 10,000 runes. 10,000 kind of comes out in the wash by the end of the game. Ooh, pustule boy. Sorry, ulcerated. Pustule? Ulcerated. Let's do a poison. Oh dear, that was not the right time to do it. Although, I did apply poison, which is nice. Oh, missed it. I need to reapply. So I've said this in a few other videos before, but every time I say it, there's always at least a few comments of people saying, oh, I didn't know that. That's a great tip. So I will say it again. The mark. So there's a few kind of, and this is the kind of fight where honestly, I might just start shooting because my uptime is not great here. Oh, just. Now I deliberately went in then because I refreshed my mark, and I'll tell you how I knew. So, oh, come on, get out of the way, bats. So see how the mark is really dark red there? There we go, it popped finally. I'm going to ulti here. So when you first apply the mark, there's two things with the mark to be watching for. The actual mark itself, like the 4 little red lines there. When you first mark something, it's quite a pale shade of red. As you build up damage on the mark, ooh, projectile drop off is nice. Skill attack power is nice. I think I'll take projectile. Oh, I mean, maybe this guy wants... Does he want a Godslayer's Greatsword? I'm going to drop it. If he doesn't take it, I will then take it for the passive. But it's always good to offer wheat weapons to your team. Yep, he took it. He lapped it up. Back for the... Yeah, okay, all right. I'll tag along. Sorry, the mark. Let's talk about the mark. So, and if you've heard this before, sorry. If you haven't, it's a good little tip. People always do comment that they didn't know it. So... the mark, let me show you on this guy here. When I first mark this guy, the actual mark is quite a pale shade of red. As I do damage, the mark is going to get a darker shade of red. See that? Right? Which indicates that it's about to pop as it gets quite darker. So you can kind of see, right? The other what? My God, what is happening? Now, as the mark, and I'll do... I'll show you on another one. Actually, no, watch here. So the mark, when it's about to expire, will start flashing white. This is hilarious, just by the way. See how it's flashing white there? That means it's about to expire. You've got about 3 seconds, and now it's gone, right? So there are 2 things to watch out for. You want to watch for the shade of red. As it's getting darker, it's getting closer. And if it starts flashing white, you need to refresh it with another mark. The damage build-up doesn't get reset, just the duration of the debuff on them. So the damage, as long as you don't let it drop off, the damage will continue to accumulate until it pops, regardless of how many times you refresh it. That was... that little thing bugging out on the stairs. I know I was talking to you about it, but it looked a little bit silly. All right. And I've just wasted time, and now these guys are going up without me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up this side here, and then I'll go around the back. I think is going to be the quickest way to get up from here. Because they must just be going up to the top now, because I think we've cleared everything else in here. This is a good way to get up, by the way. If you haven't been up this side before, you can get up to the kind of this side of the ramparts up there near that merchant. They are at the top. Gosh, I'm dragging the train. Sorry, boys. Sorry, boys. I was explaining how the mark worked. And then from here, the quickest and most reliable way to get up in general, if you're coming from the other angle around the other side, you can do a bit of parkour across this pole. But this is going to be your most reliable way to get up if you're not good at parkour because you play on mouse and keyboard, or you're just a spud, which is me in both instances. Alright, need to mark up straight away. There we go. So you can see how the mark is quite pale. and it's going to build up and get a darker shade of red as the mark builds up. Now, this kind of boss that's quite high, it might not pop in the first mark, and if it flashes, I need to reset immediately. And actually, I'm going to reset anyway because I wanted the iframe. There we go. And I'm going to reapply immediately. There we go. Poisons applied. I'm going to shoot. There you go. There's the mark pop again. And we're going to reapply. So you can see it starts very pale, and it'll get a deeper or darker shade of red as it progresses. Man, these boys are pumping. These fellas are pumping. What have we got? Ooh. I mean, do we just drop that for the... That's a really fun weapon, by the way. If you've never used Devourer of Worlds, the skill on that, really, really powerful. There we go. There we go, giving him 2 legendaries. Nice. Shame I haven't got my own legendary, but that's okay. I don't need to. Mark does everything for me. Or does everything for the team. Oh, I did say I was going to give him Royal Greatsword, but I think at this point he's more stacked out than I am. Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, he's alright. I'll keep the Royal Greatsword just in case I want to proc Frostbite on something. Because Wolf's Assault does some pretty decent Frostbite build-up, I think. What are we doing? Yeah, I think at this point we just... have I got this church? Haven't. Jeez, nearly ran past it. Yeah, so at this point I really... filling all my passives would be a good start. Oh, this boy. Alright. So what I need to do is get up here and apply the mark and poison him. That's going to help. There we go. Oh, no way that came around. I'm going to just back off there quickly. Now, I'm not going to play in range, and the reason is because his ranged move set has a much bigger hitbox, and it's far more egregious to play with, and it just makes it harder for the rest of the team if I'm an extra person that he can throw the red sword. So when he does the red sword, that's because someone's at range that he's targeting, outside his range, right? So if I can play in melee, it's just even less chance that he's going to do these annoying red move sets that have a really kind of wide sweeping arc and are just awful to deal with. So, yeah. There we go. Attack power while two-handing. I mean, I kind of want a bow at some point. What's this? I might actually use that, to be honest. The problem is, I mean, I'm going to take the bow for now, definitely. And I'm going to grab that. Just because... Where are we going, fellas? Where are we going? Let's go this way. I've got another key. Oh, we had a DC. We've had a DC. Ah, she might come back. It's been a good run. I doubt that would have been a rage quit. That's probably just a DC. That's right. We'll keep moving on, Mr. Wilder, and hopefully Miss Revenant comes back. Not the end of the world if she doesn't. We can probably just duo this. We definitely can just duo this. So the holy, but the reason I'm denied about the Erdtree bow is that there she is. Akko's back. Easy peasy. Is that this boss, Darkdrift Knight, Fulgore, Mr. Fulgore, is not weak to... Sorry, he is resistant to holy damage. Now, these kind of things that I still somehow, after all this time, suck at dodging their moves, I just used the bow. So that's the thing, you can absolutely hybrid playstyle. Do a bit of both. Do a bit of both. Here we go. Get the poison just to get a damage buff. Oh. I think the reason I still suck at dodging these things is because in base Elden Ring and in a lot of my playthroughs, I'm playing the Raider or the Wilder because they do get staggered by great weapons. So with the Raider, you can just R1 them and you'll win. Whereas once you're playing something like the Ironeye or Duchess or whatever, you have to actually dodge them. It turns out I've never actually learned to dodge their abilities. And they do often have like all these little whirlwinds and these extra little flippy slashy combos and stuff, and they're just kind of annoying. I think we're just on a full field boss farm at this point, which I love. I actually enjoy a field boss farm more than castle, if I'm honest. And that just feels more fun, feels more varied. Yes, with my big critical increase. Nice. It is also better for getting a whole bunch of purple drops and potential legendaries. I take attack power, I think, at this point. Affinity attack power. Surely we go this one. Yes, lovely. What is it? Flower! Oh, flower. Not a good day to be you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Wolf's Assault straight into the midst. Where's these little dudes? Oh, they're just... Okay. I should have... that's the skill. That is the skill for killing the flower. Oh my god. That's Devourer of Worlds, by the way, the one I mentioned before. So it does just this enormous fire AoE, but also it like heals you. But here we go. Here we go. That is all kinds of delicious. Thank you. What a lovely, lovely recluse. I don't need 10% more runes. I'm going to take lightning attack power. And I'm going to replace weapon attack, two-handing. This might be a wild move, but I'm actually getting rid of the Erd Tree Bow because I don't need two-handing. And I want the ranged weapon attacks. I want lightning attack power. And I want this. Critical hits, critical hits. Ancient Lightning Spear, by the way, if you've never used this. A redonk amount of damage. It's basically Lightning Spear, but it's on a legendary weapon, and it's really, really cool. I don't think I've actually got the Bolt of Grand Sax. It was one of my favorite weapons in base Elden Ring. I love the Bolt of Grand Sax. So much fun. I think at this point I just buy a... what was I going to upgrade? Hornbow. There we go. Oh! Yeah. Bolt of Grand Sax. Awesome, awesome weapon. Let's have a look at... I don't actually know what its thing here does. Charged skill activation adds attack power of lightning. Huh? Skill activation is Bolt of Grand Sax. It is a lightning ability. What does it mean it adds attack power of lightning? Hold on, let's have a look in a sec. Hold on. Attack chain finishes is awesome too because spears only have, I think, a 3-part attack chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still pretty quick. Spears scale with dex, so this is actually just one of the most perfect weapons for me to get here. With red lightning, then thrown as a spear. Charge skill activation adds attack power of lightning. Yeah, that's interesting because it is a lightning spear. Adds attack power of lightning. I don't know what that means, but I have no doubt that it's going to slap, and we're going to love it. So it's basically, it's very similar to the incantation, to lightning spear incantation in terms of its like what it looks like and kind of. I'll show you actually. I'll just show you. Show you on one of these poor sods over here. No, they're all dead. Anyway, look at that. Oh my god, it's like the coolest ability in the game. Oh, we understand now. Oh my god, 56 is insane. Holy moly! What a weapon. Normally added buffs are like 13, 14, 15, 16, maybe up to 20. 56 is insane. On a spear, like a relatively quick dex weapon. Holy good golly. What a cool weapon. What a cool weapon. Sorry, I sound like absolute fanboying on this weapon right now, and it's because I am. Alright. Alright. Oh no. Where's he gone? Here we go. Let's do another one of these. I don't have a lot of FP though, so I probably want... Oh, it missed. That's so sad. I probably want to use it just to buff the weapon, to be honest. At least on the final boss, because it does need to be a charged one. But interestingly, it doesn't actually need to hit anything. It doesn't actually need to hit anything. Because I did it before and not hitting anything, and it still buffs the weapon. So, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to do a big one straight into this big dragon's face when it spawns. Oh, 1,000 damage. Oh. I haven't even marked. I should have marked. Oh my god. I mean, I'm pretty sure this dragon is really weak to lightning. Lightning seems to just destroy it. Although this guy is not weak to lightning, I'm pretty sure. So I will poison him with my ulti and just mark up and play kind of normally. And I'll play primarily with my bow here because my lightning damage... we're going to mark him again. Again, if all we do is mark, We are putting in big work. You can see the mark's about to pop. There it is. And again, that's 2 pops. Going to go for a 3rd. And you can see the mark damage just chewing through the hell. I mean, whatever the hell they were doing. I mean, this here, Ghost Flame Ignition, huge damage. Massive build-up as well of Frost. Oh, man, we just... I don't need lightning damage because I've got plenty with this spear, so I'm going to take max health, which is always yummo. All right. What a fun build. What a fun build. I do think my very genuine opinion is that Ironeye is the best character to slot into any run purely because of Mark. It obviously adds a whole bunch of damage. It adds the option to do status effect, right? So status afflictions in any team is really valuable. You really notice the difference when you have an Executor or an Ironeye or someone doing a bunch of bleed procs and stuff. You do really notice the difference. Let's give him this. Trade swords. You want crits? But he's giving me the projectile damage drop off. What a bloke. You do really notice when you've got a member of your team doing lots of like bleed procs or frost procs or whatever. So you can kind of do that. You can add status effect damage to your team. The mark itself is obviously nuts because it is in itself kind of like a bleed proc. Builds up and then it pops for percentage max health. Scales all damage input by 10% into the mark as well. Like it's just, yeah. I do really think you can just slot Ironeye into any game, into any composition, and it's just gonna help. Yep. Ironeye carries every game. Not necessarily carries, but contributes significantly. And I would say the mark carries, not necessarily Ironeye. Yeah. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. That's a cool screenshot. It's been ages since I've actually watched that fully. I don't think this is going to go that far, but I'm doing it just above the weapon. Oh, I did. Oh, no. It's okay. Wait. None of that, thank you. Oh, my... Oh, look at his health melt. Oh, my good golly. And not because of me, because of the... I think it was the Frostbite proc from the Wilder just then, combined with me hitting and probably the Revenant hitting. Yeah, I mean, some runs, it's just like the damage is there. Some runs, you just... It was probably a Mark pop as well, all at the same time. Frostbite and Mark pop, maybe? No way. Yeah, sometimes you just really feel it. It's like the damage is there. Hey, I need to be really careful of that. Oh, God. I dodged into it. I've refreshed the damage. Probably should heal. I hope that pops. Pop, pop. Nah, I didn't pop. Or maybe it did pop. I didn't see. Oh, I'm going to run backwards. I was caught behind both the other guys, which means that if I followed them, if it was locked onto either of them, then I'd run into the zone and I don't get out and I get hit. I haven't used any of my things this whole run. Even if that misses, it's no big deal. I'm using it a large part just for the... Let's go and put poison on him with my ulti. This will also... What? Oh, I didn't press my ulti. Is it not available? No, it was available. I don't know what I was doing. It actually shoots that far. That's crazy. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, those boys did some serious damage. The mark did work. I was there. But that's kind of how it goes with the Ironeye. Nice. Well, that was a very fun run. A very fun run. That Bolt of Grand Axe is such a cool weapon. Such a cool weapon. All right, that's it, everyone. Again, I just wanted to say if you missed it earlier, thank you for all the support, all the comments, and the feedback on my Nightreign videos. It's been such fun for me, and you guys are awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know if you have any requests or ideas or whatever for future content. Otherwise, I'll just keep making Nightreign videos until you stop watching, I guess. And I'll play a different game. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers.